Welcome to Power Jam. We made it to episode 2. Thank God.
We did.
I'm the preacher.
And I'm Fite. This week we've had a lot of derby news, including This Is Roller Derby being all over the wireless airwaves and RDX coming to Australia.
RDX, that's the International Banked Track Tournament that's coming to Australia.
Roller Derby Extreme.
Indeed. It's got 2 of the biggest teams in the world coming down, and we managed to catch up with 2 of the players.
Hi, I'm Fite and I'm here for Power Jam. Today I've got a very rare opportunity where we're getting to interview Gori and Fisti from LA Derby Dolls and Gotham Girls respectively. They're down here for RDX Tour, which is a banked track roller derby tour. So guys, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you finding Melbourne weather?
Interesting. It's all over the map.
That's a good word for it. Now, RDX is a banked track skating tour, which is pretty unique to Australia. We haven't seen anything like that before.
Not in 30 years.
No, not in 30 years. Definitely not. So what kind of rules will you guys be skating under?
It's basically what we skate at LA Derby Dolls. So it's the standard roller derby coalition of leagues rules, which the basic rule changes between banked and flat is that in banked it's a 60-second jam, so it's 1 minute, not 2 minutes.
Cool.
You cannot skate backwards. You always have to be going in a forward motion. And lead jammer does not change. So if you get out of the pack and you're a lead jammer, you stay lead jammer. I think that's the basics.
Cool.
Basic differences.
That's awesome. Tell me about Betty Bama Lamb's scouting. She's going to be going around the country and finding Aussie skaters. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that the RDX producers are working with Betty Bama Lamb and the local leagues to handpick skaters, specific skaters, and then they will be invited to an invitational boot camp that will be happening the first weekend of the tour. And I know that our captain and LA captains will be working with the skaters at the boot camp and running the boot camp, and they will pick skaters to skate with Gotham and LA through the tour. So I think that there's going to be 2 skaters per game per team.
Right.
Wow. So they'll be skating with you on the track?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Okay.
Will we be seeing much slow play in RDX on the bank track?
Well, you have to. One of the rules is that you can't stop and you can't go backwards. So that makes a difference. That is a way to force the game to always be moving forward. There are techniques that can be used to still slow down, which we've all seen. And but to be completely honest, I think that what people watch roller derby for is the the muscle and the fighting and the jammers trying to get through the pack. So whether or not you're going 10 miles an hour or 20 miles an hour, you're still watching roller derby and it's still fun to watch. The bank track does naturally speed games up because you're always the top speeds are faster.
Right.
It was 25
It's
miles
about
an
25
hour.
miles an hour, and then if you get a whip, you can get up to about 30. So
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
definitely a much faster game
That
than
is
on
a
a flat track.
So it's faster in a very natural
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Gotham and LA have gone head-to-head on the bank track in the
Yes.
US.
Yep.
Do you think Gotham can take back a win from LA?
Oh, I
No.
think absolutely. I think that the games will be very exciting. And I think that with more experience on the bank track, we'll be able to show our true colors.
And a bit
I'm
of extra
worried-
Aussie talent.
I'm worried for the tour to evolve. I feel like it's going to be crazier and crazier at each
Crazier.
stop. Yeah,
More
because,
intense.
more intense, and I think the strategies are going to change between each team.
Yeah.
So
Because
Yeah.
we're both very strategic, very smart teams, and I think that bringing the level of competition that we both bring on our respective playing fields together in a 6-game series is going to be very exciting. And I think that something that I've kind of realized recently is that having 2 teams play 6 games in an 11-week series is really completely unprecedented in modern roller derby. We've never been able to have any kind of playoff series like this, and I think that that's very exciting.
How are you going to keep your stamina up for the 6 games in 11 days?
You know, I mean, I think both teams are used to skating tournaments and that kind of thing, and
We
it's
played
really similar.
4 games in a weekend,
Yeah.
a 3-day weekend for tournaments,
Wow.
usually
Yeah.
3 or 4 games.
And there'll be 2 skaters on each team sitting because of
Yeah.
the Australian skaters that are going to be joining us. So we'll get little breaks here and there as well. So.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I think that we'll have days in between the
Yeah.
games, so I think that will be doable.
We'll be fine.
That's sounding really exciting. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Fisticuffs
you. It's
and
been fun.
Yes.
Gori spelling.
Yes.
Fisticuffs. Thank you very much, guys. These were the girls from RDX.
Oh my god! Boot camp starts next week and I don't have any gear! What do I need? Lucky, Skate Bag, and Cindy Lawbreaker, that's me, is here to tell you what you need for fresh meat. When I first started, I had X-Rental skates that I bought for $50. They were terrible. They were heavy, had tiny little wheels and bearings in them that clacked like spokies. I didn't know what I was looking for, so I just bought shoes with wheels on. Entry-level skates are usually a vinyl boot rather than leather, which immediately lowers the price. They come with a standard wide wheel, which helps with stability when you are first learning to skate. The truck should be adjustable to help with ease of movement, and I didn't realise until I skated on proper derby skates just how much the right skates can make you skate a lot better. To find your fit, remember that most skates are manufactured in America and are in men's sizes, so you take the next size down, meaning I'm usually a size 8, but my skates are a men's size 7. If you have wider feet, Sure Grip skates are made for a wider fit than Rydell's. Don't skimp on your knee pads. They're what take the most beating. You need to have thick, firm, yet soft cushioning on the inside, a flat, wide cap on the outside for sliding, and the strapping should be adjustable. In a sport where knee injuries are common, risking it for the sake of your wallet is not worth it. The thing to remember about wrist guards is that they need to have a splint on either side, because your wrist bends both ways. There are 2 types of wrist guards. There's the one that wraps around your wrist like this one. And that feels nice. Or there's the glove type, which this one is mine. I really don't like this one as much because it really stinks. Do we really need elbow pads? This is something that I have wrestled with. I've copped more injuries from an elbow pad in the mush than I have actually used them for protection. Then came the day when my elbow pad slipped and I landed straight down on my elbow. The bruising was epic. Then I got better elbow pads that didn't slip. Not much to say really about elbow pads except that they shouldn't slip. It's all in the fit. Just remember that the elastic that holds them in place will stretch out of shape, so going slightly smaller may be the better option, so long as you aren't cutting off the circulation to your lower arms. A mouthguard needs to be fitted to your mouth. My favourite is the Protect Dent mouthguard because it is thinner and stronger. I can talk with it in, I don't gag on it, and I don't need to take it out to have a drink. It makes my teeth look whiter. I did my first few sessions at boot camp in a bike helmet. It was embarrassing. The reason a bike helmet is not as good as a skate helmet for derby, apart from being ugly, it is not designed to take multiple hits. A skate helmet should cover your whole head instead of sitting on top and taking a ride. The strap should be adjustable and no looser than a 2-finger width. I have found through use and washing, the padding has compressed in my helmet, so it is too loose for the refs to pass it in a safety check unless I wear a bandana underneath it. There are leather toe guards or snouts that can be custom designed with different colours or cutouts, and they're quite popular because they inject a bit of personality into the skate. I myself have plastic toe caps, which I swear by. Boot camp's still next week, but now you know what gear you need. I'm Cindy Lawbreaker, this was Skate Bag, and I'll see you later!
That was Cindy Lawbreaker with Skate Bag. Next time we see Cindy, she'll be talking about the anatomy of a skate.
I think she's a little bit crazy, that Cindy.
Just a little.
Every week we want to show you a team profile, let you learn a little more about the teams and the leagues and where they came from. And before they left the state, we managed to catch up with the girls from Sun State.
Hi, I'm Smackarina from Sun State Roller Girls. I play on the home team of the Furies and I train with the Sun State Roller Girls travel team. So far I'm just training with them and I haven't really played for them just yet. I had a couple of games at Great Southern Slam, which was really exciting for me. Yeah. In 2007, a group of girls got together and started doing some black and white scrimmages to gain some interest around Brisbane to see who may want to come and watch or play roller derby. In 2008, Sun State Roller Girls was established, and at that time there were two leagues that established at the same time in Brisbane, one in the north and one in the south. So Sun State Roller Girls is in the south of Brisbane and we bout at Beenleigh. Two of the skaters that we have still playing for us now are Rose Ruin and Roller Cherry Cola, and they helped to establish the league right back then in 2007. We have 4 home teams. We've got the Furies, the Defiants, Vandals and the Riots. This year is our first year we've had 4 home teams. Last year we had 3 and then the years prior to that we only had 2. So we've gone through a lot of changes with having a lot of new skaters come to the league, and all our teams and team names and colours and mascots have evolved over time.
So Sun State's currently ranked 2nd in Australia and New Zealand. We're also an apprentice WFTDA league, which happened recently. We and Perth are recently the new apprentice leagues. Victoria is the only current full WFTDA member in Australia, which is a really massive milestone for Australian leagues in general, and hopefully we're pioneers for several others that will start to participate. This opens fantastic doors and opportunities for us that hopefully, with our league evolution and goals for the future, is to be able to participate in larger tournaments that are held over in the US, as well as inviting international leagues to come out and participate as part of our WFTDA requirements. This is really high on our list as experience is sort of limited for Australia being so isolated, and the jump between international and Australia is quite phenomenal. So we're hoping to bridge that gap and eventually take on Victoria again to be the number 1 Premier League in Australia.
Okay. Roller derby in Queensland is really getting quite popular, both with players and spectators. I think Queensland holds the record for having the biggest crowd that there has been, and that was my very first game, which was ever so daunting to walk into, and the grandstands and all the people. There was close to 5,000 people at that match. There are so many leagues in Queensland and all dotted up and down the coast there. What's really exciting is last year we had our first Queensland-based tournament, and that included any leagues were invited to play from Queensland and northern New South Wales. Sun State, thank goodness, and gratefully took out the title of that, and we're playing again in a month's time.
Sun State's next big challenge is Tropicarnage, which is the Queensland tournament, where last year Sun State finished first against pretty much all of North Queensland, rural Queensland, and it was actually northern New South Wales as well was participants. This year coming up, we're looking to refine our strategy, and that was really helpful, I guess, in the last game with VRDL, is looking for those opportunities to sort of fine-tune. Our biggest probably competitors are Northern Brisbane Rollers and Brisbane City Rollers.
Sunstate has a great fan following, and we have our own group called the Sunstate Beer Squad, who have their own shirts. They are covered head to toe in black and yellow. They helped instigate the mascot that we have with Stinger the Bee, and help vote on his name. Sunstate Beer Squad, I've been a part of that many, many times, and we take ourselves very, very seriously. We actually have practice chant nights where we have to get together and make up chants and do them, and so we've all got them exactly right. We count ourselves in so that everyone's on time. One of our most favourite things though is when it's the respect we have for the players and everything that they do, but the cheer that there is for Sunstate, which is Sunstate, Sunstate, Sunstate dominate. We have a thing that we're not allowed to say it until the players have actually said it themselves, and when they do, it always gives you goosebumps and it always gets you excited, and as soon as they finish their chant, all of the beer squad gets together and does the chant right back at them. That's probably my favourite part of being in the beer squad.
Something incredible about Sunstate that fans and followers should sort of take on board is they're just such an incredible league, and their fans, their followers are just that one step further than I guess your typical sports fans as well, and they're not cliquey. It doesn't matter what walk of life that you're a part of, you are more than welcome to join the fold as such. I think Sunstate especially is just above, we're not going to hide it, we're not afraid to say, that we are competitive and, got this passion, this drive that I think is contagious, and you can see that amongst our fans and our followers and our members, and I think that's a really big draw card for us. And like I said, we have a mascot, come on, that's the biggest hook ever. So we know how to have fun. It's not just about sport and out there to win. We have fun is a huge part of our league as well, and yeah, it's not exclusive.
That was the Sunstate Roller Girls, and next we get to see them in action in their rematch against the VRDL from the Great Southern Slam.
Once you've finished watching the game, why don't you head out and see some live derby. Northside's got a game on at Puck Handlers and Reservoir, and we're going to be there filming it. But right now, let's hand you over to Artie and the Chief coming up straight after the break.